Oh, man. Oh, no. Yoshinori Ono has left Capcom. He resigned his position. Unbelievable. I don't believe it. This guy is godlike, man. I support Street Fighter 4 because of this guy. I didn't like Street Fighter 4 when it first came out, right? Because it was bland. There was like nothing there. You know, it was just like you had like, I don't know, you had like what, 9 characters, if even that. No story mode, no costumes. There was nothing in that game, right? But I supported that game because I liked Ono. I liked his personality. I liked his passion for Street Fighter, for video games. And he came out saying stuff like, you know, this is the Street Fighter has been in the dark ages. You know, there was a dark age of fighting games from, I think it was like 2001 to 2000, to about, say, let's say 2001, right? No, 2009. I'm sorry. 2001 to about 2009, yeah? That was like the dark era of Street Fighter because of fighting games, because there was like nothing really good coming out for fighting games, period, right? Comes to Street Fighter 4 and he says this game, you know, it has to do well. If it doesn't do well, Street Fighter's dead, right? And my job is on the line. Please support this game. Thank you. Right? And just that, man, I'm a sucker for real, positive, and hard work and a good smile. And just being kind and a genuine good person. I'm a sucker for that stuff. Right? So I said, you know what, yeah? I'll support the game because it's supporting Ono, even though I don't like the game. Yeah? That game attained incredible success, right? And it's more because of the community supporting a franchise that they like, something new, and the guy that is the manager, the project manager, and executive producer of the game is such a nice guy, right? And just the talk he's coming off with. But I think like where we are today with Ono, the writing was on the wall with the success of Street Fighter. And I'll tell you why. Because Street Fighter had incredible success. Yeah, Street Fighter 4. They had a Super Street Fighter. They had a Super Street Fighter 4. They had a Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, I think. And they had an Ultra Street Fighter 4. I can't remember all the versions of Street Fighter 4. There was a lot of them, right? But by the finished product, Ultra Street Fighter 4 is a godlike game. It's a game that I would recommend to everybody and anybody. It's a really, really good game. A really, really fun game. At the highest level, it was hell of obnoxious because you had Vortex in that game, which was a situation where somebody will do a move. If they knock you down, they get to attack you over and over again. And you're basically at a disadvantage and they're at an advantage. So you basically just have to take what they're doing. Guess. If you guess right, your attacker is safe. They get another go. If you can get lucky and get out of the situation, then maybe you can fight your way to some sort of position. And then if you knock them down, you catch them in a vortex 50-50 situation, right? So at the highest levels, the game was like not really fun, but at a low level, mid level, high level, it was a good game. It's hella enjoyable. At the top level, it was stressful to play, but enjoyable to watch, right? So with the success of that game and him having to be like, not only that, but he was a community, I feel like he was the community manager, right? Talking with the community, you know, dealing with the development staff, producing the game, talking with the game, creating DLC, make a lot of, he's an executive producer, right? So a lot of things fell on his head, yeah? Now, you have Street Fighter Cross Tekken, which came out in 2012 or 2013, something like that. He actually fell ill due to being overworked in 2012, yeah? Now, I remember in an interview that he had with Eurogamer, Yeah, I'm sure you can look it up somewhere. He actually said, when they addressed his illness, they said, there's nothing I can do. I can't take days off. Yeah. Capcom doesn't allow trade union or any sort of worker movements. He said, so if I complain, I'll probably get sacked. So he said, you, the community, the media, you have to say it for me. Okay? I want you to write that and tell Capcom. Yeah, so he said it with a little bit of joke, but he was being serious as well. Yeah. Let's fast forward to 2019. And I think it was like sometime in February. Yeah. Ono had an operation. Yeah. Like a serious operation. But then he returned to remove something from his body, yeah? That was causing him problems. Now, after operation, he returned back to work within 2 days. 2 days later, after operation, so basically, Monday he had the operation, Wednesday he was back at work. I don't understand. And he said when he got back into the office, Capcom were like, glad you're back, oh no, glad you're doing okay, here's your work, get on with it. Right, and he was like, what the hell? Like, the schedule of works he had to do was incredible, right? And it just made me think to myself, like, they really don't care about this guy's well-being. They just want him to work and work and work himself into the ground, right? And I'll give you a challenge. Look at pictures from Ono in 2012, and then look at pictures of Ono in 2019. That's all I'm going to say. He looks like he has aged 20 years in the space of like 7 years, 7 or 8 years, yeah? It's not even 8 years. Within about 7 years, he looks like he's aged like 20 years, man. It's crazy, and I know what that is. He's worked to the bone. I know what that is, because I've had that at my work. Yeah, when I've worked so much that I'm just stressed out. You know, I don't feel good. I don't feel happy, but I keep pushing forward. I can see that my health is deteriorating, you know, but then if I take like a holiday, yeah, like a week off holiday, which I never really do, yeah, but I think it was right about Comic-Con time. I took a week off, right? I realized how healthy, happier and revived I was just from having a week off, right? Because, you know, I didn't go a whole year, but I went like about 9 months without any holiday, right? And I saw how my character, my personality, my health was changing. You know, I was, you know, deteriorating. Just having the time off the holiday to relax, breathe, eat, do my own thing and be calm, it changed me. I became happy again. And I could see something like that with Ono, right? And it looked to me like Capcom have got a history of like just not respecting their talent, man. You know, because they have had, like, I will say this, yeah? The Capcom gods. Kenji Ifune, yeah? He worked on Super Street Fighter 4. He was executive producer. He also worked on Onimusha 3, Demon Siege, and Onimusha 2, Samurai's Destiny. He was the producer. He worked on Resident Evil 4. He was the producer. And Resident Evil Director's Cut. He was the producer. Another Capcom god. Yoko Shimomura, yeah? She was a music composer. Incredible music composer that worked for Capcom, right? One of the Capcom gods, right? She most notably recently she done Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, yeah, and 3, Final Fantasy 15. But you know, from Capcom she did music like Street Fighter 2. I'll say Street Fighter 2 is like one of her most known works, right? Guile's theme, Ken's theme, she did the work for that. You know, even the other, just not too long ago, just last year, 2019, Ryota Nitsusuma, yeah, I know I butchered that name. Yeah, he was the director of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and the producer of Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. He left Capcom, yeah. I wouldn't say he was a Capcom god, but he had potential to do work in really good work in Capcom. He gone. You know, you had Atsushi Inaba. Yeah, I know I butchered that name. Sorry. Yeah, he worked on Ukami, Beautiful Joe, God Hand, right? But he helped build Platinum Games after he left Capcom. But he was a Capcom god. You had Hideaki Kamiya, you know, of course, you know, he's like one of the main guys, if not the main guy in Platinum Games. But, you know, he worked on Resident Evil 2, Devil May Cry. He worked on God Hand, Beautiful Joe, Ukami as well, Piano 3. Absolutely godlike legend. You had Shinji Mikami as well. Right, he's like the #1 guy. He's like the father of horror in video games. Capcom let him, another Capcom god. Capcom let him go. Now we have Yoshinori Ono to add to that list. So now who's the Capcom god left? They don't have anybody. They've got Hideaki Itsuno, yeah, who is the god, and Shinkro, yeah, the artist, and Hiroki Kobayashi. And that's it. Everyone else is gone. It's unbelievable. What are Capcom doing? You know, from time that Ono in 2012 said Capcom doesn't allow trade unions or for anyone to complain. If the person did complain or try to make their feelings about, you know, being overworked or something like that heard, they'd be sacked. What the hell, man? Like, that's no good, bro. Ono is the reason why I support Street Fighter. Because I like him. I'm the type of person where if I like something or I like somebody or works, I'll support that franchise because I'm supporting that person that is cool. Yeah. But also, I pledge allegiance to nobody. I pledge allegiance to myself. The game has to be a quality game. Yeah. In order for me, or have potential to be a quality game. And I know Street Fighter could be godlike, just because Street Fighter Second Impact, Street Fighter Third Strike, you know, Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel vs. Street Fighter, you know, the X-Men game, the Marvel Superheroes game. I know the fighting games that Capcom make are godlike, yeah. So yeah, man, it's just crazy to me that Ono's left, man. You know, he resigned his position as the brand manager for various Capcom titles. You know, and he was also the executive series producer for Street Fighter. And he's left. That's crazy to me. You know, and then at first Capcom didn't really say anything. But then I think like about a couple hours after, like about 3 or 4 hours after Ono's tweet, Capcom put out a tweet. The Street Fighter Twitter account just tweeted out saying, thank you for everything, Ono, which is only just due. Give that man his respect that he deserves, and he better have a retirement. He better have a pension, right? You know, so this is crazy to me, man. I mean, that guy, he worked on Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final challenges, Street Fighter 5, Darkstalkers Resurrection, Monster Hunter Frontier G, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, Third Strike, Super Street Fighter 4, Arcade Edition, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, Monster Hunter Frontier Online, Dead Rising, Onimusha, Dawn of Dreams, Capcom Fighting Jam, Chaos Legion, I love that game, Onimusha 2. He worked on so many games, and he was like a sound producer and composer even before he started working on those games, right? I mean, the first game that I recalled that he was an assistant producer was Onimusha 2, right? But the one thing I would say is that, as well, as I said, go look at the way Ono looked in 2012. He looked good. He looked healthy. He looked happy. 2012. Look him in 2009. He looks like he's on death's door. He looked like he's a shell of his old self. just 7 years later. What the hell is going on? And we ain't never going to know, because you know he ain't going to try to dish the dirt or nothing like that. Because the thing is, to understand what's happened, you have to look to the past to understand why we are where we are today. Yeah, I've thought about it, and there are a lot of things that have stuck in my mind from the interview that I told you in 2012, where he said, if I was to complain, Capcom will probably sack me. You know, he was ill due to overwork. He was so sick, you know, due to overwork, that he was ill. He had to take weeks off. He was that ill, man. That's crazy to me, right? In 2012. And then he was just never quite the same after that. If you look at the way in videos and interviews, after that, you could see the deterioration, right, of Ono. It's crazy, man. So that's what I really want to say about that. You know, it's so sad that Ono's leaving the Capcom. I mean, I want them to just try to rethink it. Maybe let him take some time off. You know, like maybe a year or 6 months or something like that off, and then approach him again. Ask him, oh no, do you want to come back? We'll let your workload be we'll make your workload less. We'll give you more pay. Bend over backwards for this guy, because this guy is essentially he is a Capcom god. Yeah, he is a once in a generation game developer. He's like a Tony Stark. You know, he is worth 100 talented game developers. It's crazy, man. But yeah, Warriors, that's all I really wanted to say about this information. Just wanted to let you guys know. If you know Yoshinori Ono, you know, you play Street Fighter or any of those type of games, Resident Evil or anything, let me know. You know, comment section, you know. Let's talk, man, because I really want to hear what you guys think about this, because this is massive. You know, video games industry has just had Yoshinori Ono retire from the video game industry. It's crazy, man. So, yep, Warriors, take care, stay blessed, and, yep, I'll see you in the next video. Later. All right.